So today, the U.S. opened its embassy in Jerusalem, moved it from Tel Aviv, and they say that they're recognizing Jerusalem as the rightful capital of Israel. And that, of course, was supposed to be negotiated at the final stages of the peace deal. It has not been. We've done it unilaterally. It has led to great anger and protests, and to, unfortunately, a lot of deaths at the border. So who are we going to choose, the United States, to do the ceremony there and to do the prayer at the opening of our embassy? Well, you would imagine someone who's not going to be volatile, right? You don't want to further antagonize Muslims or Jews, but why would you do that? I mean, that's crazy, right? We're supposed to be celebrating the capital of Israel, or Christians, etc. But of course, we did not go in that direction. The Trump administration chose the primary pastor is Robert Jeffress, pastor of the First Baptist Church in Dallas. So, well, some people are upset about this, including a very prominent Republican, Mitt Romney, who of course was the presidential candidate for the Republicans in 2012, and he's now the candidate for the Senate seat in Utah. And he put out this tweet. He said, Robert Jeffress says, quote, "You can't be saved by being a Jew." Curious guy to send to Israel. And Mormonism is a heresy from, quote, the pit of hell. He said the same about Islam. Such a religious bigot should not be given the prayer that opens the United States Embassy in Jerusalem. But yet he has. It's almost as if the bigotry is not the bug, but the feature. So let's dive in a little bit more and find out a little bit more about Pastor Jeffress and what kind of a monster he is. So what has aggrieved Mitt Romney? To be fair to Romney, he has called out bigotry many times about other groups as well, but particular to his own group. Jeffress said that Mormonism is, quote, a cult, and that voting for Romney for president would, quote, give credibility to a cult. So people in Utah, you vote for that party, you ought to have your head examined. Anyway, then he said this generally about all other religions. Jeffress says, God sends good people to hell. Well, what a nice God he must be. Anyway, he continues, not only do religions like Mormonism, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, not only do they lead people away from God, they lead people to an eternity of separation from God in hell. They sent a pastor to open the embassy in Israel who thinks that all the Jews are going to hell and are going to be tortured for eternity, let alone what he thinks of Muslims. Okay, now speaking of which, what does he think of Muslims? You know, they're going to be good. Look, 1,000 terrible things. I'll just give you one of the examples. He says that Islam promotes pedophilia. Ironic, coming from a man in the Christian church. Okay, we'll get to his buddy in a second, because there was a second pastor, and you're going to like what he had to say too. In other words, you're not going to like it. It's going to be horrific. That guy quotes Hitler. So hold on, we'll get to him. But back to Jeffress. How about other Christians? Can we at least get on the same page there? Okay, the Jews, the Hindus, the Muslims, they're terrible. The Mormons, but other Christians. Even if you don't consider Mormonism part of Christianity. Nope, Jeffress cannot concede that either. About Catholicism, he says it is a cult-like pagan religion. Is anything not cult-like? Okay, all right. But his one thing where he says, oh no, Jesus is going to suck us up like a vacuum cleaner into the sky, that's not a cult. That's definitely going to happen. The other guys are cults. Okay, he continues, if you want a counterfeit dollar bill, you don't do it with purple paper and red ink. You're not going to fool anybody with that. But if you want to counterfeit money, what you do is make it look closely related to the real thing as possible, referring to, of course, Catholicism. And that's what Satan does with counterfeit religion. He uses, he steals, he appropriates all the symbols of true biblical Christianity, and he changes it just enough in order to cause people to miss eternal life. I didn't know Satan was running the Catholic Church. Look, I know that some of these insane people believe that everybody else is going to hell and every other religion is going to lead you. Oh man, you were so close to heaven with the whole Jesus and the Trinity and the Holy Ghost. You were so close, except you didn't do the shaking and speaking in tongues and the other insanity that Jeffress and his idiot fellow pastors encourage here in America, or you didn't handle snakes. Oh, you were so close, but you missed it. You missed it, so torture forever. Okay, he continues, after all, the Catholic Church talks about God and the Bible and Jesus and the blood of Christ and salvation. Isn't that the genius of Satan? So this is the guy Donald Trump sent to open the embassy in Jerusalem. A guy who hates all of the other religions and think that they are the work of Satan. Must be so proud. Now you're thinking, well, how about the other pastor? I mean, you can't top that, can you? Reverend John Hagee says, hold my beer. He is the founder of Christians United for Israel, an ironic title. He also delivered remarks at the ceremony. He came under fire in 2008 when audio resurfaced of him seeming to say Adolf Hitler was a hunter who was called upon to help Jews return to Israel. He helped the Jews by murdering 6 million of them. That's the two pastors that they sent to Israel. You think they're in favor of Israel? You think they're in favor of the Jews? They can't stand them. This is all part of their stupid mythology where the end times happens in the vacuum cleaner, and then you know what happens? All the Jews are murdered by Jesus. That's Jeffress's plan. That's Hagee's plan. That's the evangelical Christian fundamentalist insanity that unfortunately 25% of America believes in. Just know what you're getting. It's a dark, dark philosophy, and to insult everyone in the region by sending these guys. Only Donald Trump could do that. And the evangelicals who voted for him cheer enthusiastically. Yes, the end times are near, where everyone but us dies. That's the kind of sick people they are. Two easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.